Well, hey there, guys. It's Doug from Geek Acres back, and it has been just a little bit, but we are trying to get back on that horse once again. And I've got some fun videos coming up for you here over the next several days, so I hope you'll stick around and check that out. I wanted to start off with a quick video about some things I've been watching recently. So we'll start off with Netflix. I have finally seen Jessica Jones Season 2. And I've got to say, I like Season 2 a lot better than I liked Season 1. So it was a fun outing, with Jessica Jones. Really enjoyed it. Kind of curious what's going to happen now that Disney is starting to put the push on for their own service. If you saw the coverage of San Diego Comic-Con, they've got new Star Wars in the mix coming up. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see, because I know the Marvel stuff on Netflix has been a big hit for everybody. So I don't know whether the contract is already in place for it to stay there for a while, and if and when that contract expires, will they continue to do that on Netflix, or will that roll on over to their own service? Curious to see. I also recently watched Downsizing. This has been out for a while now. It was on the big screen, and then it came out on streaming and DVD and all that stuff. Well, I finally got a chance to see it on Blu-ray, and I had high hopes. The idea of being able to take, people and shrink them down, and how life would be different in that way. It had a lot of promise, and I just thought that movie spent a lot of time just kind of plotting through the storyline. So kind of tiresome. Yeah, really didn't enjoy it. If you haven't had, I think if you're interested in seeing it, you've probably seen it by now, and if you haven't seen it, you probably don't care anyway. But saw it. And, watch it. And the first maybe third of it was good. It was interesting, the part where they actually got into what it's like to be small, to be downsized. And then once we were there, it lost a lot of steam for me. So, Jessica Jones, good. Downsizing, not so good. But back to the good, something I have been watching on Netflix. I've recently discovered a channel called Serial After Midnight, and the host of the channel actually does a lot of things with regards to physical media, and the idea of how you go about collecting it, where you can find good deals, both movie-wise as well as CDs. He goes on some hunts, and he actually inspired me. I was out and about running some errands, and I went by a Dollar Tree. Dollar Tree is a store, for those of you who don't have one near you. I know this is going around the world as well as just here in the States, but Dollar Tree has all items in the store are $1, $1. And so I was going in to grab something, and there in the front of the store they had a bin full of movies, and I'm thinking, I don't know about that. But, I stopped and I looked, and I actually found something. I found The Eternals. Now this is from the Marvel Knights series, and I have never read The Eternals, so I didn't know a whole lot going into it. But the fact that Neil Gaiman was responsible, or largely responsible, for the story, and that John Romita Jr., who has done so much good Spider-Man stuff, and you guys know I love me some Spider-Man, I couldn't not, for $1. For $1. I mean, it's in a cardboard sort of sleeve, so the packaging is not, that fancy, but some good artwork. Now, I put this in and started watching, and it's interesting. It's kind of like a video version of a comic book, and I don't mean don't think of like the DC movies in that it's about comic book characters, but it was really kind of, I don't know, stop motion. It was like looking at a frame, and there was some movement, but it was all very kind of, so I'm not sure how I feel about this. I liked the story, and the artwork was good, but I think I'll take a good DC animated movie over Eternals any day of the week. But if you get it for $1, this is worth a pickup. This is worth a pickup. It's certainly probably not going to be rewatched over and over again like some of my favorite Marvel Cinematic Universe movies, but definitely worth a chance. And by the way, if you're into physical media, if you're into DVDs, Blu-rays, CDs, even Laserdiscs, I think, check out Serial After Midnight. I think it's up here. I always forget. It's not here, right? It's here. I'm pretty sure it's here. So I will, if I think, I will put his link up there. Thank you so much. Glad you guys have come around to see what I'm up to. And stick around because we've got some good videos coming up. We'll talk to you later.